Hello, my name is Electricks and I suck at video games, but one thing I don't suck at is making clever ways to die less in games I suck at. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And so, we've all been there here as Rust players. You come home from a roam, you've been picking up a bunch of crates, you've crushed a bunch of barrels, and you come in, you open your front door, and just as you jump in, tap, 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 and by the time you get through the door and you're dead. And you are so angry because you just opened the second door and now this guy that was hiding down here with a saw and just gone tap, 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 tap is going to get all your loot. Now, firstly, let's just go over this. Why didn't you check? Why didn't you even? Why, as you were running here, why didn't you just look and see that there was a guy with a saw there and turn around, or be ready and just go, shit, saw dude there, gonna jump straight in and close my door immediately. It's the first time, literally. But no, you didn't. And now you're dead, and possibly he's going deep, and you're going to lose everything. So how do we prevent that? One button. This button, right here. That's all you need. And a door controller, but we'll just focus on the button. So you come home from your ride, you're feeling good, you get here, you don't need to check anymore, because you're just going to push this button, jump in, and hey presto, door shuts behind you. And it don't matter. Unless the guy is double tapping you in the head because he's got that aimbot, he ain't getting through this door anyway. So even if he does kill you, the door will have swung back, and unless you head glitch back through or something, he ain't getting any of your loot. Now, how is this miracle achieved? Surely you think this guy just comes along and pushes the button himself and then jumps in behind me, right? Surely someone just pushes the button while I'm away and comes and takes all my stuff. No, 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 no. That would be stupid. No, we have an HBHF sensor here. And that is set to authorized players, which means that only an authorized person can make this button work. And how does this work? Well, it's very simple. The output from this button wires to the input of this. The output of this wires to the input of a door controller. That's it. No electricity required. This button, when you push it, does some work. And if you know your physics, work equals electricity if it goes through a wire. So you get just enough power to power this for a fraction of a second, which then authorizes you and powers the door controller for a fraction of a second, which opens the doors. And because it's only powered for a fraction of a second, they immediately close again. Now, you can only power one door with this system because the HBHF system can only output one power. So you can only have this to that to there, and it'll open one door. If you want to open multiple doors, you're going to need a bit of a better system, and that's where this one comes in around here. And now you'll notice as I come around here, you can hear the hum of this HBHF sensor, but when we're around here, you can't. That's because this has absolutely no power. The only time this is on is when that button is pushed. For a fraction of a second, it comes on. But around here, this one is on. So anyone comes near your door, they're going to hear that. They're going to know there's an HBHF sensor sitting nearby. But it don't matter. So on this version, what you're going to do is you go and play, you push the button, you open it up, and then you're through 3 doors. Easy peasy. And now, in theory, you could power every single door. So if, say, this whole place was set with doors all the way around to a TC here, which is quite a common sort of way to do one of these hexagon bases, you would push this and you would easily be able to get through and around and all the way around here before, as you can hear, that garage door is just closing now and I was already all the way around. Show you without getting stuck on these. This is a terrible implementation of this. Please do not do this if you do this in real life. I did this because it was the easiest way to show you where the wires go, but this is a horrible implementation of it. And there you go. And now the reason why you don't put the button there is because these doors, this one goes in, this one goes out, and obviously that causes a little funnel, makes this real tight in here. But you know this, and your enemies don't, so this means you know how to get through it. And they don't. And so even if they did manage to be right behind you, they're going to get stuck on the door. They're going to be there. They're not going to know that door's coming to whack them in the face. This door opening this way also, as you're coming through, for the brief moment it's open, it gives you a bit of protection to anybody shooting you from this side. They're going to hit the door instead of you. How is this one done? Well, this one's a bit more complicated and requires the addition of a branch and of an AND switch. And so you take the branch, you branch off 2 power over to the side here on the left, and that goes to the HPHF sensor, as I told you before. That can only power a total of 1 power, that's all it can output. And that means that needs to go from there back along to the AND switch. On the other side of the branch, we have this goes to the button, this goes into the out of the button comes back and goes to the other side of the AND switch. Now you need to have 2 extra power to however many doors you're opening. So if you're opening 5 doors, you need 7 power. If you're opening 8 doors, you need 10 power. In this case, you need 5 power because you've got 3 doors. You need 1 power for this and 1 power for this. And all you do is then the outputs of the AND goes through to the door controllers, which are then chained from output to input all the way through the door system. And you push the button and you open it up and you go through and easy peasy. Now, as you've seen, I've got caught on that nearly every single time I've tried to do it because I put the button in the most awkward, awful place. Now, you would want to put it on, if you were doing this on a ground floor one, you would want to put it this side so that you could just jump straight into the gap. But ideally, you don't want this on a ground floor system anyway. You want it a bit more like this. This is how I would implement it from the outside on a real server. I would have the 3-door version. This is a 1-door version because I messed up the build, and so I just did the 1-door version to show you the concept of how this funnels you in and how it would look for reals from the outside. So here we have the button. Now normally if you were doing this you would want to conceal this wire, but I just wanted to show you that it's wired into the HPHF down here, and then that is wired into the door. This is the single door system, so there's only 1 door here, as you can see. So you push in and in you go. And so you can do that on day 1 wipe still before you've got any electricity set up in the building, or you're still trying to farm your mats for that. If you've got the BPs for the 3 bits, you can set that one up that door. And the whole point of the way we set it up this way is because it makes it easier to funnel you in for the 3-way door. So what you'll see is this, as you come up here, you push the button as you run up, and this whole system, this just funnels you into the door. So you push it and it just funnels you into the door. You would go through the second door quite comfortably, and then I have my drop down here. So there'll be a garage door just in front of me here, and you drop down this one. And there you are. Never die to a door camper coming in your doors ever again. And for a bonus, once you're inside the base, if you're like me, you have doors the whole way around, well, you don't want to have to open them one by one. Just set up a switch to do this, and it's the same thing. The button can be here right at the front of the base. Don't have to worry about if raiders get this far, they're not going to be able to just open and get to your TC with 1 button, because there's a HPHF sensor behind my workbench here. And so this is, again, there's no power coming into this because we're only going to need the 1 power for this setup. So you push the button and that goes to the HPHF. The output of the HPHF comes along and back to the toggle on a memory cell. And now you just power that with as much power as you need to get 1 power for this, and then as many doors as you have. And then the output of this goes into your doors, and you just chain them through. And so you can use it, raiders can't. And the best part of all these systems is the way they're wired. If the HPHF sensor is damaged and taken away, the whole system stops working. This one, it's in sequence. So if that's not there, it breaks the entire circuit. Same with this, it's in sequence. So if the HPHS isn't there, it means you can open the doors, but they can't anyway, because you could just open them manually. And so if all they're doing is inconveniencing you, there are some systems like this that people set up where it would be basically you shoot out the HPHF and the button starts working, but not with this system. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope you're going to employ these into your builds and never die to another door camper, and have easy way to get in and open all your garage doors all at once, and then close them all on the way out as well. I'm Emmy Knox, and I suck at video games, and so do you.